This is Lunar Squadron standing by. We are ready to make the jump to hyperspace. On my mark, Lunar Squadron.
Hello there, Lunar Squadron, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to part 2 of our Q&A here on the channel. Over the course of the last few weeks, we have asked you guys to leave us Q&A questions down below in the comments, and you guys did not disappoint. We received hundreds of questions from you guys, so thank you all so much for that, and I guess in general, thank you guys so much for the support you've shown the channel over the last few weeks. Honestly, it means the world to both Andreas and I. Honestly, I can't even really properly put it into words how this has made us feel over the last few weeks. It really has just blown both of us away, and it's honestly just truly incredible. I'm having really a hard time really putting this into words right now, but let's just go ahead, jump right into this Q&A. Andreas, why don't you lay the ground rules out for everybody going into this Q&A?
Sure thing, Nick. It's honestly pretty simple. Like you said, Nick, we had, I think, well over 1,000 submissions for this, so it would be virtually impossible for Nick and I to sit here and answer all of these questions. So I just want to say right off the bat that I really do appreciate every single one of you who did put in a question submission. We really did appreciate all of them, and in going through and picking all these comments, we read through a lot of these, and there were just so many nice things that you guys had to say about the channel, and we're just so grateful for that. That said, since we can't get to all of these, the way that we're going to do this is we're going to put kind of a hard timer on this. Nick and I have a clock set where we will be answering questions for a hard 30 minutes, and then at the end, we will begin to wrap things up and get into the giveaway and all of that. So before we do that, we have just, 30 unfettered minutes now to just hang out with you guys, answer some of these cool questions, and, just have this Q&A, which is long awaited. So couldn't ask for more than that, right?
Nope, you're absolutely right. And to kick things off, we have put together a list of 6 bullet points of some of the most common questions and themes that we got from these questions in our comments. We did this in an attempt to try to answer as many questions as possible for you guys because we received so many questions within these topics. So hopefully by us going over these 6 topics real quick, we will answer a lot more questions than we will be able to get to explicitly on the list that we have compiled that we will be answering over the next 30 minutes. So Andreas, the first bullet point has to do with what our favorite character class is and the one we're most excited for. So for me personally, I'm most excited for that Jedi character class. I just love the Jedi, so I gotta say that's the one I'm most excited for.
Going through that whole series where we kind of dug deep into every single one of these classes honestly got me hyped about a lot of classes that I wouldn't think that I was hyped about. I think if you had asked me at the beginning which class I would be most hyped about, I would have agreed with you. I would have said the Jedi or perhaps Darkside, because honestly, the Darkside have just some incredible abilities, like just people running away from you, which is just so cool. But the one class that I'm most excited for right now is this Bounty Hunter class, particularly because I want to see how bounty missions work, and we haven't seen that yet. So for me, that's there's a lot of hype surrounding the unknown with that, and I hope that we learn more about that this Saturday. So I'm going to go with Bounty Hunters. So
that's a good one. I'm very excited for those as well. Now, the next bullet point is, how do we think the open world will work, and how expansive do we think it will be?
How big
It's a good question.
Think the open world will be?
It's really the question that's kind of on all our minds, isn't it? To be honest with you, I think over the course of the planet breakdowns, we've kind of gone back and forth with exactly how we feel about this. To me, I think most planets are going to contain probably 2 to 3 main locations that will be pretty explorable. But when you think of completely open world Star Wars, I don't think it's going to be anything like the Old Republic, where it's just this huge, expansive MMORPG style open world game. I think it's going to be a little more contained than that. So I'm not thinking it's going to go crazy, because remember, this game still has to run on the Nintendo Switch. So I don't think it's going to be that crazy.
Yeah, I think this one isn't going to be a matter of like, you can fly from point A to point B, like wherever, unfettered. I think there are going to be a lot of checkpoints along the way. I think the real question for this one is going to be how well does TT Games disguise those transition points. So when you're going from space to ground, when you're going from space to inside of for example, the Death Star or a Star Destroyer, how are those transitions going to operate? I think how they hide those and how they suppress those transitions to look as natural as possible is going to make this game feel bigger than it is, even though it's kind of segmented areas. And I hope they do a great job of disguising that, because if they nail it, then it really will, especially with things like hyperspace. Like, that is a natural cutscene that games like Jedi Fallen Order have taken advantage of in the past. I think if they kind of nail all of those transition points, then they can make this game feel massive with all the planets, all the missions. Like, it is going to feel a lot bigger than it is. That's my hope for it, and I hope they really nail that aspect.
Yeah.
Now, for the next question, what planet are we most excited for? What planets would we like to add to the game? I'll answer these in turn. What planet are we most excited for? For me, it's honestly got to go to Coruscant. I think a lot of you guys probably could have guessed that just from, our Coruscant video. I mean, there's a reason that we chose to do that one first. So, Nick, I think your answer would be similar, right?
Yeah, for me, it's most likely Coruscant, and then if I had to pick another one, Naboo. As far as a planet I would like to add to the game, either Mandalore would be really cool, or perhaps Kessel, something like that. To do the Kessel run would be pretty cool, but Mandalore that'd be pretty cool. I'd like to see Mandalore.
Yeah, those are great picks, honestly. For me, like, you stole mine. Mine was probably Kessel, again, just because I want to do the Kessel run. But that's always been a cool thing that I thought we could, likely look forward to. But who knows if they're going to add questions to the game. And I guess that kind of gets at our next point, which is general DLC questions. I know one question that I've seen a lot is, do we think they're going to add new planets to the game? Do we think they're going to add... what I haven't seen is they could potentially add entire cities on planets, right, Nick? Like, if they wanted to, they could just, like, add areas that you can, take a shuttle to and expand these planets. But are they going to? I know we've seen LEGO games in the past add missions, but, like, entire planets and areas? I mean, how far do we think this game's going to go, Nick?
You're right. They could, if they wanted to. They could add new planets. They could add new levels. They could add new cities. They could add all of that. Personally, just to keep expectations in check, I'm expecting more character packs if they choose to add more DLCs, just to kind of keep expectations in check. I think that is perhaps the biggest lesson we've learned with this game over the last few years, is just kind of keep your expectations in check and, just take what you get in stride. Take what we get in stride. I really hope that they choose to add levels and planets, because there's a lot of stuff that I would personally like to see added to the game to play. But I'm just going to kind of temper expectations a little bit for myself.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential there. Like, just like, I'm like, just going to make a quick marketing pitch for all the, TT folks who aren't watching this video. This video, or this game, rather, is going to gather a lot of hype, right? And if you told, the mass public that we're going to be adding planets to this game, that could get a lot of people interested. That could get a lot of people hyped, talking about the game, could grow the game. Who knows? But anyway, it's not my job. The next question is, what trilogy... Yeah, it really is not.
Definitely not our job.
What trilogy are we starting on? Nick, I feel like we could answer this one in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, like, this is the question we've been getting a lot, and this is something that we are uniform on, and I think it's pretty easy. We're going to start on the prequel trilogy, most likely. Yep. I think that one's pretty cut and dry. Now, the last bullet point before we get into the actual list of questions is, how will we handle content for the game? Now, we saw this pop up across a ton of questions, so we definitely wanted to address this. That, again, just to reiterate, was the whole point of this list of 6 bullet points was just to kind of hit on those general topics that a lot of questions were asking about in an attempt to answer as many questions as possible, since again we will not be able to get to all of them. So Andreas, how are we going to handle content for this game when it releases?
So I don't want to, unload the whole bag of tricks that we have.
Chest.
Yeah, because I don't want to unload the silo here, because we have a lot of just exciting new surprises, I guess, that we would like to kind of unravel as this game kind of goes on. But I think first and foremost, rest assured, we will be covering this game very closely with that same Lunar Squadron analytical eye that we've been putting on all of these trailers. So rest assured, that will be throughout the game. Some notable things that we are excited for include, I'm excited to start adventuring around this world, and we have a series put together for that, which will focus on adventure exploration. I'm trying to keep things vague, not to give it away, but that's what we're most excited for, is exploring this world, and we have a lot to do with that. And then, man, we have so much that we're not even tapping into, because that's kind of a deliberate choice on my behalf right now. But also, one thing to note is we're very open to new ideas, and we're continuously taking in new ideas from people in our Discord, and we still do so in our comments as well. But we have so many great ideas from you guys, and that will continue to be a dialogue, which will kind of fuel our coverage of this game going forward. So I hope that wasn't too much of a non-answer, but there
no, I would just say very extensive. We've been asked about gameplay, yes. We've been asked about breakdowns, yes. We're going to pretty much say yes to anything you're asking us if we're going to be doing it. We will be covering this game and playing this game very extensively on the channel. And again, just to reiterate what you just said, if there's anything you would like to see us do that we haven't mentioned or talked about already, let us know. We would definitely love to look into it and possibly do it on the channel, because we love exciting new ideas. So with those bullet points and general questions and topics being covered, Andreas, I believe it is time to get into the list that we have compiled and answer as many of questions as we possibly can over the course of this, 30 minutes or so that we set. This is a very informal video, if you guys can't tell already. We're just kind of sitting here chilling, talking, answering some questions. Just, this is fun for us, because we've been so hardwired and very structured and breakdown and analytical, so it's kind of fun for us to just kind of be informal and just have some fun talking and answering questions. Honestly, this is really nice. So let's go ahead and just jump right into these questions. Do you want to start first? Or you want me to start first?
I'll go ahead and take the first one, because I'm just so excited to get into these. I just want to point out, guys, that we made sure to pick questions from every single one of the videos leading up to this video. So just to provide some context, we did 25 videos where we were promoting this Q&A. So we collected from all 25 of those videos, and there were just so many
every
comments.
Single question.
Yes, we did.
Single one. I mean, we did this over the course of hours. So trust me, we read every single question that you gave us. We did not skip over anybody. We just had to put a list together. Otherwise, we would be here for hours. So
yeah.
Trust
so that
me,
said,
we went through everything.
I just feel like I have to a million times over just express how thankful I am for all of these, because we really went from that point at the beginning of our channel where we were oh, tell us in the comments down below what you guys think, and we were talking to nobody, and now we're talking to so many of you guys who very much care about this community and very much care about what we've built here. And so that's just very special, and I just don't take it for granted for one bit. Anyway, with all that out of the way, don't want to get too emotional before boss starts crying. The first comment is from Evil Banana 07. The question is, if you were in charge of Disney, what would you make the next Star Wars series be? Well, it's a very interesting question, because the first thing I would have done is the next Star Wars series. I would have made an Obi-Wan series. And I'm pretty sure you would have too, Nick, but that's already happening, isn't it?
Yep, that is definitely, 2-3 years ago, my answer to that would have been the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. That is our dream. That is, honestly, this is a dream come true. For any of you who have not seen it, John Williams is reportedly scoring at least the theme for that show, which is just so incredible. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole at all.
Yeah,
because
oh my god.
We could talk
Don't
about
set me
this
off
for
on that.
we could
Don't
talk
set me
about
off
this
on
for
that.
hours. But to answer your question, what would the next Star Wars be series that I would make? They've kind of floated the idea of doing like a post-sequel trilogy with like Rey starting a new Jedi Order. I would really like to see that, so I would possibly tap into that, or maybe go all the way back to the Old Republic and do some Old Republic stuff. But I don't know. I am interested by that post-sequel new Jedi Order concept.
I just realized that I didn't answer that question. So I guess what I would do is I would kind of dial things back towards a prime Yoda Jedi Order, because I love me a Jedi Order. And I know I was up late talking to a few subs in the Discord a couple nights ago about this, but like, that is what I would do. Is like, I love the whole Master Apprentice dynamic in Star Wars. I think it's been lacking for a very long time. We have not seen that Master Apprentice dynamic that we saw with the prequels with Obi-Wan and Anakin in extended periods of time, at least since most recently the Clone Wars, for extended periods of time. So I'd like to see that back. That's my answer to that one.
That'd be really cool. That would, honestly, any of these would be really cool. Give us more Star Wars, Disney.
Yeah.
All right,
please.
so the next question is from Lethal Pappy. Asks, love the channel, and I should have subbed a long time ago. Thank you. We agree.
We're glad we finally convinced you.
Yeah, I'm happy we finally convinced you. Like, welcome. Q&A, what color lightsaber would you choose? You would have yellow, white, or dark. All right. I think this one's pretty cut and dry. For me, it would be that Guardian blue color from Episode 3 that Anakin and Obi-Wan have. That is by far my favorite color when it comes
Same exact
to lightsaber.
Same
yeah,
exact
like that one's easy. That one's easy.
Yeah. This next question is kind of a hard one. What was the video that was the hardest to make?
That's a great question. And it comes from Pickle Man. We should shout them out.
Oh yeah, from Pickle Man. Thank you for the very thought-provoking question. And from an editing standpoint, I have a clear-cut answer to this question.
I know,
and
what
it's
it is
like,
for you.
like, this video took me over a week to put together, and it has nothing to do with Lego Star Wars. You can go back and watch it. It's kind of in the old Lunar Squadron canon, but like, we decided to do a video called, what was it called, Nick? John Wick Plays Call of Duty?
It was, what if John Wick was in Call of Duty or something like that? It was the most ridiculous thing we've ever done. Like,
and this video,
clowns, like,
the reason why this video was so challenging to make is that it started off as this very rough marble, and then it had to be sculpted into something cool. And what I mean by that is Nick and I decided to do a live playthrough of Call of Duty. Like, we wanted to just sit there, play, record while we're talking. And what ended up happening is, I guess we realized, like, this was very early on in our YouTube career, and we didn't really have a great... I guess this was, like, our first time playing, like, an FPS shooter, talking to each other, like, while playing and filming at the same time, and it was a bit much. And then, so I guess we kind of watched it over at the end, and we were like, our commentary isn't good, this isn't very entertaining. And so what we ended up doing is we molded this thing into a really crazy, obnoxious montage. And that process of, like, taking something that wasn't good and then making it into something that Nick and I, like, we adore this video. Nick's little brother, like, I think... Nick, is your brother, like, is this still his favorite video on the channel?
It's still his favorite video. This video is, like, we go back and watch this occasionally. It is the most obnoxious, ridiculous, like, over-the-top, stupidest video I've ever seen, but it always makes me laugh. I love this video. It's so funny. There are just so many moments of this video that are hilarious. I would agree with you. That probably was the hardest video to make. In my opinion, I guess to take a cop-out answer, is any of the, it's not really a video, but any of the animation work or like transitions, intros, outros, like any of those that have been like animations have been incredibly challenging to make. Mm-hmm. So for me, that's the answer. Like, our current intro animation took me longer than I would like to admit. So I'm going to say that, because I just had to experiment with a lot of things and learn a lot of new techniques. And, we're always learning and growing as we go. So definitely that one. So the next question we have is from SparkFunN, who asks, what is your favorite Star Wars character here's the big component, other than the main characters? You can't say Obi-Wan. You can't say Han. Can't say Anakin.
Yeah, it's Jango Fett for me.
Okay, all right. That's a good
Jango
one.
Fett.
I think that's fair.
That was a childhood favorite for me, and I don't think he's... I mean, if you want to go even more obscure, then I'll throw out Yarl Poof. Or, like, Max Rebo. Like,
those are good.
We'll go even more obscure. What about you, Nick?
For me... Ahsoka probably doesn't count. Like, she's main character these days.
Yeah, she is. She got a show.
I feel like Bo-Katan counts. She's not main character. Like, she's not main. So I'm gonna go with Bo-Katan. I really like her character. So I like Katie Sackhoff. I like Bo-Katan.
Yeah,
that's answer.
It's a great answer. So we got Jango Fett and Bo-Katan. Funny enough. Yep. Next question is from the Galactic Gamer. Thank you for your comment. The Q&A question he poses is, are you glad that we didn't get this game 3 years ago?
Yes.
Assuming that we would have gotten it in the state that it was in 3 years ago, hell yes. Because I can't imagine what state it was in 3 years ago. And also, for otherwise selfish reasons, Nick and I hadn't even made this YouTube channel 3 years ago. We would have never covered this game by then. So that is definitely, I'm glad that this game was held up in some regard, because none of this would exist. Our channel was kind of built on us all getting through this whole delay together. And I don't know, you kind of look back and you're like, wow, this 5 years of waiting really sucked. But I mean, it kind of brought us all together as a community. I think it's going to make us appreciate this game that much more. I don't know if that's looking at the positive side too much, but that's my thought on it.
No, definitely. I'm glad this game did not come out 3 years ago. I think just looking at the gameplay trailers, comparing the graphics between the two, clearly the game wasn't ready. Would have been broken, would have been missing features. It would have been Cyberpunk all over again, or I guess the first iteration of the Cyberpunk's mistake. So definitely glad that we didn't get it 3 years ago. Long wait, but we're less than a month and a half away. So
yeah,
this is kind of crazy. All right. Next question is from Robert Hamilton, who asks, how do you think the Switch version will be quality-wise? Okay. So we've talked about this in the past, and we're actually going to be talking about this again in another video, perhaps our next video before this IGN FanFest kicks off tomorrow by the time this Q&A goes live. And both Andreas and I, and Andreas, you can speak for yourself here, but I think we're on the same page here, are incredibly concerned for the way that this game will run on Switch for a variety of different reasons. We will get into more in-depth reasons as to why we're more concerned, but to be completely honest with you, very concerned. I'm not very confident this game is going to run well at all on the Nintendo Switch, just given the type of game it is, the sheer scope they are aiming for, and the extreme hardware limitations that the Nintendo Switch has in the year of 2022. So I am not feeling very good about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I think this kind of feeds into my broader concerns with the way that people port games to Switch. I think we've seen throughout the years that game companies love to just put that Switch logo in the corner of a trailer, right? And they never show you how the game runs until they release it. And then people have this backlash on the back end, this doesn't run well, I didn't think this is how this was going to be, because obviously they were watching the trailer footage from, the PC rendered footage or the PS5 rendered footage. And I'm just a little concerned that we've never seen anything of this game running on Switch. We've just never seen it, and this game is totally ambitious, and the Switch is totally limited, like you were saying. So I hate to burst anybody's bubble, but that said, Nick and I will be testing this game. We will be fronting the money for this game for Switch so that you don't have to waste your money in case it's like broken and doesn't work. We will be releasing a video like very soon after the release of this game, reviewing specifically how this game runs on Switch so that you guys don't have to worry about it. So I guess we can't really like accurately speculate how it's going to run, but we will have answers on this channel one way or the other. So next question is from Briss. The question is, you both have really cool room decor. First of all, thank you. Grievous thanks you, and so does Obi-Wan. But my question for you is, if there was one thing you could add to your room, what would it be? Andreas, maybe a life-size boss statue. I mean, I think that would more appropriately go in Nick's camera, because Bosk and I would probably clash heads, and I think we started some sort of a beef between Bosk and Grievous now, so I don't know if that's like, that would be a safety concern for us, but like, I mean, for me, like, anything I could add to the room, like, if there were no limitations at all, I'm feeling a strong lack of Jango Fett energy in here. And if I could have like a life-size sculpture of Jango Fett in the back, and then like a lightsaber display on the wall with like all my favorite lightsabers, which would have to include Obi-Wan's thin neck lightsaber, that would definitely be on the top of my list. And then I would love to have like you know, a Death Star window or something behind me that like where you could see like the ships flying by, and like I've got like an Emperor's chair.
How the hell would you do that?
I honestly, Nick, I think I would have like a screen or something that would like show the effect of a like ships going by, and it would look like the Death Star. Like, it would kind of have to work like, you know how this is like going off into a whole thing, but like,
yeah, do I get to answer this question, or are you just gonna name off 10 different things you want?
I have dreams here, Nick. I have dreams.
This person said one thing. You're on like your 20th different damn thing here.
I love this question so much. Thank you for asking it. All right, Nick, what's your dream, Nick? I'll give you the latitude. What is your dream?
All right. I definitely haven't clearly thought this through as much as you have over the last few hours. But if you look here right behind me, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe I can grab it. I have this nice little Holy Grail from The Last Crusade, which is really cool. I really like this. It's a really cool replica. And behind me on the other side is a Last Crusade poster. So we're big Indiana Jones fans on this channel, and we will be covering Indiana Jones IP extensively going forward when we finally get news. Just wanted to kind of plug that one real quick. But you know what would be really dope, Andreas? Like a full-size like Ark of the Covenant behind me. Like full size. I'm talking like 5 feet across or whatever it is. Like 4 feet across. Like full-size gold shining Ark of the Covenant, like right there. That
is so aggressive. I don't know what you would... What practical use would you get out of that?
It never said it had to be practical. I don't care about practical. I care about how cool it looks.
I just think it would be funny to come up with like I don't know, you could sleep in it. You put a mattress inside.
Yes, I'm gonna sleep in the Ark of the Covenant, definitely. That's great. Like,
anyway,
next question is from Peter Parker. Holy shit, Peter Parker is a fan of the channel. Hello, Spider-Man.
We did it. I think we won.
We did it. We hit the big time. All right. What's your biggest fear with the Skywalker saga? Not it being delayed or anything, but the game itself upon release. Okay, we actually, Andreas and I talked about this the other night, and I think this is something I will both agree on. I think our biggest fear when it comes to the Skywalker saga is the fact that the foundation of this channel currently in this era is built off of content for LEGO Star Wars, because this is the only Star Wars content we really have to deal with right now, and it's just how big it's going to be for Star Wars. So I think our biggest fear when it comes to this game is it just being a flop. It just not being good. Like, it being disappointing. It loses hype. No one's really interested in it because it didn't accomplish what it set out to accomplish. It didn't reach its full potential, and it just being a total flop. And as a content creator for this area, I don't think this is something that we've really addressed as a community. Like, what if this game just isn't good? Like, that scares me, because a lot of our plans over the next 6 to 8 months are dealing with this game. So like, what if it's just not good and people lose interest? That's what scares me the most.
And just like conceptually how we've heard this game is going to run, I think it like ideally should be incredible, right? And it's going to be a matter of does this game run smooth? Does this game is it glitchy? Is it does it just do what it's supposed to do, And I think it's going to be a matter of that. Is it fun to play? Because Nick, you're right. Like, we're going to spend hours and hours and hours with this game. I want it to just be, in one word, fun. And if for whatever reason there are some things which get in the way of that, that's my greatest fear for this game. Next question is from Common. What do you think? What's the best video on your channel?
Ooh, okay.
This is
That's a great
asking.
question.
This is like asking to pick between favorite kids because
everyone always says that. You always have a favorite kid. Come on.
No, but
There's always one
think
you
about
prefer
it.
a little more than the other one.
No, but think about it, Nick. We spend so long on every video, from the idea to talking through these videos to filming and then editing on the back end and then the thumbnails, just everything. So many hours and hard work go into every video that it's so hard to pick. I'm gonna let you answer first, Nick. This one's really hard for me, honestly.
The best video on our channel, that's a very contextual question. What are you best edited, our favorite? The video that immediately came to mind just recently, I really liked our Naboo breakdown. I really like that one. I just love... Andreas and I are passionate about Star Wars and the Star Wars lore, and I think that's what we try to bring to this community is just a very extensive knowledge and love of Star Wars. And I really loved going through the streets of Theed and breaking it down and where we thought these characters were within the gameplay overview trailer and gameplay trailers. And I just also really love Naboo. So
yeah,
recently I really, really liked our Naboo video, the way that one turned out. So that would be my current answer. But we've made so many videos on the channel over the last few years that it kind of has turned into a blur. So to pinpoint one particular video is incredibly difficult.
I also think we try to do a good job of outdoing ourselves and always constantly improving. And so every time we release a video, we try to make it our best video. That is the intent nearly every time, unless it's a quick fire news thing where we're just trying to communicate to you guys. But with every video, we're trying to make it the best one. And so I guess, I'm going to pick kind of an unconventional video here. I'm going to go with, there was a video that we made way back ago, before we even started covering Lego Star Wars quite closely. And this one was, I think, the video where Nick and I started to analytically pick apart gaming content in a video, and it is our Indiana Jones trailer breakdown video.
That one was fun. That is probably the most fun I've had making a video because of the way that video came together.
Yes.
That one was so much fun.
That
we
one
were
felt
researching the archaeological history of of all kinds of different stuff, Rome and Babylon, and that one was fun. I had fun with that one. Yes,
that one,
that's a great answer.
That one totally felt like a... have you ever seen those Netflix documentaries on figuring out crime? I felt
true crime and
yeah, I felt like we were solving a crime with this trailer. It's just a very quick trailer, and it's so Lunar Squadron. I feel like we have this identity now, which people expect us to break down everything with this really in-depth, precise analysis. And that video is where that was born on this channel. That is where we found our stride in the way that we do that. So that video, how it came together, you were saying, we just kind of presented this theory, which I still don't know if that theory is true, but everybody, like,
I
the
believe
quality
it.
the
I believe
quality
it.
of the video, like, might not be as good as the editing that we're capable of today, but the content and the thought behind it is just as good as ever. Go check that video out if you have any interest in Indiana Jones. So that one is probably...
That one is a good one. I love that video. I love everything about that video. That one was awesome. All right.
So next question looks like it's for you, Nick.
This one is exclusively mine, and it's my turn to read it, so that's pretty cool. It's from Khan, who asks, Nick, who would you choose, Andreas or Bosk? Bosk, easy. Next question, Bosk.
I had no doubt that I had no doubt you were gonna say that.
Good. Then you know your place. At least we know that. At least you can do that. You know your place. Bosk, I love you. See you soon. You'll be back. You're coming back. I promise. All right, moving on.
Boy. Name a better romance than Nick and Bosk. This question is from Xavier. Xavier, shout out to you and Rex. This question's actually from Xavier and Rex, so shout out to the both of you. So the question here is, if you two were the president of Lucasfilm, what would you do with Star Wars? This is a little bit of a different question than like the what series would you make next if you were in charge of Disney. And my answer here is to make the baddest ass, like, Disney World, but, like, exclusively Star Wars. Like, a Star Wars world. It is what I've wanted since ever, where you can go, like, between all the different planets, and, like, I get they were going for something neutral with Batuu and Black Spire Outpost, but I want to go to Tatooine, and I want to go to, like, Coruscant, straight up. Like, I want billions of dollars put into this project because it would be the sickest shit ever. That's what I would do.
I like how you assume that you would be able to do that as president of Lucasfilm, which you wouldn't. Like, you would have no power to do that. Like, that is completely Disney. But,
yeah, it
like,
totally is.
I love the idea. All right, there are two things I would do if I were president of Lucasfilm. I guess, like, they're the same thing, but I would do it twice. I would create 2 blank checks. I would present one to Deborah Chow, and I would present the other to Bryce Dallas Howard, and tell them to write down whatever number I need to have them direct and lead every single Star Wars project going forward. Because those two are by far the best directors in Star Wars right now. Their episodes of every Star Wars show are freaking awesome. The composition of the shots, the way the episodes come together. Deborah Chow, Bryce Dallas Howard, whatever it took to make them like the main permanent directors for our Star Wars projects is what I would do. Love the way they do it.
I have another alternate quick answer too. Is I would kidnap Kevin Feige and make him organize Star Wars.
Hey, he's getting a movie, which I'm really excited about. That's probably going to be.
But I want him.
No. Let him keep. No. He gets to focus
I want
on the
him
MCU. Like,
to organize.
Star Wars needs to find their own.
I would put money into cloning Kevin Feige. Okay.
Cloning Kevin Feige. Okay.
And then I would make clone Kevin Feige like organize Star Wars. I don't want him like running it. I just want him to organize it because the way that the MCU is organized is unparalleled, and it's not even like in the same league as anything else in that regard. So that's what I would do. Next question. You want to take this one?
Yep. Question is from Notch Math, who asks, "What do you want to talk about that nobody's asked about? What's on your mind, Andreas? How are we feeling tonight?"
Very tired. I'm sure Nick's answer to this one is that he's very hungry. Why are you hungry?
Please don't
Nick?
make me.
Why are you
make
hungry?
me explain this.
Explain this. Why are you hungry?
Because I haven't eaten yet today, and I was gonna, fix that problem at dinner. We were so busy earlier today, and then I went to McDonald's, and they forgot my order when I got home, and then they were closed by the time because, yes, McDonald's in my area, every food place in my area closes early for some reason. So, I'm kind of hungry. No food, and I'm also really tired. We've been up pretty much for 3 straight weeks, getting, on average, 3 hours of sleep a night. But you know what? It's been completely worth it. Honestly, like, it's so worth it. So I guess what's on our mind is we are tired, we are hungry, but we are ready to continue grinding.
So I guess we need some sleep, and Nick needs his McGriddle in the morning. No.
I need my quarter pounder. I don't even like McDonald's. I'm salty about it, but like the one time I was gonna give them a chance and they couldn't pull through for me,
So, I think we're just about at our 30-minute mark. Nick, I don't know if you want to like quickly rattle off like a few questions, like very fast, like rapid fire.
Why don't we let's do like 2 or 3 more.
Okay. So I will ask you the question, you answer it, and then you'll ask me the next one. Like we'll just go back and forth. Is that cool?
Okay.
Okay. So I think you should ask me the next one because the one after that looks like it's kind of for you.
Okay. All right. Question is from William Ristow. I'm sorry. I'm horrible with names. Your name is on the screen. I'm sorry. I really am. Question is, when was the first time you watched a Star Wars movie or started to love Star Wars? P.S. Been a fan for a couple weeks now, and you guys have really got me back into Star Wars. Yes. Thank you. You have no idea how much that comment, that last line means to us. That's what makes it worth it, what we were just talking about. Helping people get hyped for Star Wars about something that we love and are extremely passionate about. So yes, I'm so happy we were able to do that for you.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
No, you're breathtaking.
Yeah, you.
God, I love Keanu Reeves. All right, when was the first time you watched Star Wars movie, Andreas? And
I literally cannot remember the first time I watched Star Wars. Like it is that long ago. So like it is before I can remember things. It is before my memory. Like it is outside of my storage capacity. So I don't know if that's a dodge to your question. Anyway, next question is Ben Spafford asks, I see you wearing a Colorado Rockies hat. This is particularly directed at Nick, who's a diehard Rockies fan. Are you guys baseball fans? I'm going to answer I am. I'm a Dodger fan. I live in LA. If so, do you have a favorite player from the Rockies, past or current roster? Nick?
Am I a baseball fan? Incredibly so. Baseball was perhaps the first love of my life. I eat, sleep, drink baseball. I'm always watching it, playing it. I played for 15 years at a rather high level, won a state championship for a competitive travel team. So yeah, I love baseball. Analytics, you can ask Andreas, we'll be watching a game together and I will have Baseball Savant pulled up and I'll be like, man, that ball had an exit velocity of blank with a launch angle of blank and an expected batting average of blank, and he has a DRS plus this year of this and blah 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 blah, DRC plus, all that. Love baseball, probably more than I should. Andreas is probably sick of hearing me talk about it all the time because it's all I talk about when we're not talking about Star Wars or Indiana Jones or any of that. So yes, incredibly passionate about baseball. I love it. As far as my favorite player from the Rockies, past or current roster, yes, Todd Helton is my hero. He is my all-time favorite player. He is a Hall of Famer. He should have been in 4 years ago. It is a absolute crime and travesty that he is not already in. Love Todd Helton. He's my hero. So that for past roster. As far as current roster, I am a big Ryan McMahon and Brendan Rodgers fan, if you know who either of them are. So those are my two guys currently on the Rockies. Yeah, love baseball. Thank you for the question. Thank you for giving me a reason to talk about baseball on this channel. That's how we love it. All right, two more questions. Okay, Andreas, how did we pick the name Lunar Squadron? This comes from Anakin Skywalker. So we've got a question from Peter Parker and Anakin Skywalker. We hit it big.
The Chosen One himself, the Chosen One, has asked us a question. That's crazy. So to answer your question very quickly, Nick and I spent a lot of time coming up with this name. So there is no quick way to go through the whole thought process of it, but generally, we knew that we wanted to form a squadron because we knew we wanted to touch Star Wars content from the very second that we started this channel. Even though we didn't start off with Star Wars content, we knew that we wanted to do that. And so it had to be a squadron of some sort. And then the reason why we picked Lunar is actually an Indiana Jones reference, because Nick and I, what kind of started our friendship actually was just a random conversation in college, which is where we met. Nick and I have been friends ever since this conversation. So basically, somehow we found out that both of our favorite movies are exactly the same movie, and it's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And if you guys have seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, you will know that there is this area where the Holy Grail is located. It is called the Canyon of the Crescent Moon. And so we took the moon from Indiana Jones. It's such a long explanation, but like
Just,
it
all right,
just
the
shows
lunar part is Indy, and the squadron part is Star Wars.
Yes.
And Moon Squadron didn't sound good, and Crescent Squadron didn't
yeah,
sound good.
and
So
it's
we
the
picked
squadron.
Lunar.
It's the squadron of Earth too. Like, and it's our moon, man. It's our moon. So
What?
that's it.
What? Okay, pick one more question before you. Yeah, just pick one more question, and then we'll get out of here, and we'll get into the.
Okay, next question is from Pendragon SBC, because I saw that he asked a question on every single video, and so like I have to answer his question at least. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? And
Oh my gosh.
yes, I have heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise, because I've seen episode 3. Nick, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Yeah, I may have heard it once or twice, or 20 or 100 times. Yeah.
It's not a story
I'm
the Jedi
familiar.
would tell you.
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
Oh my god, there's so many great
All right.
questions.
I know. There are so many great questions. Guys, again, thank you all so much. I wish we could answer every single one of your questions. We loved reading through all of them, but unfortunately we just aren't able to. It would take us hours, but hopefully over the coming weeks, days, months, all of that, as we put more videos out there and kind of showcase more of our personality for you guys, some of your questions will be answered. And always don't be afraid to keep asking your questions in the comments, and we will try to answer them as we go. All right, Andreas, I think the time is now what the people all want. We've been saying we're going to be doing a Lego set giveaway, so I guess it's time to reveal what this mystery Lego Star Wars set is and who the winner is. Now, how the winner was picked, I think this is important to explain. We went through every single comment, and every single one of you over the course of these last, 3 or 4 weeks from all of these videos were all entered into this Lego set giveaway. And what we did is we went through multiple rounds of random generation, and we finally, completely unbiased, completely randomly, picked our winner of this Lego Star Wars set. We attempted to do this in the most unbiased and fair way possible, random way possible, just so that it is fair for all of you. And I just want to say, Andreas, before we announce the winner, one last thing. If you did not win the Lego Star Wars set, fear not. We are always looking for ways to give back to you guys in the community. And again, just want to thank all of you so much for joining the Lunar Squadron over the last few weeks. We really hope that we've been able to live up to the content that you have all been expecting and will expect going forward. We are so excited to continue making LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga content, breakdown, analysis, gameplay, all of that, and Star Wars content in the future when those games arise. So thank you all so much for that, and thank you for your continued support. Without further ado, Andreas, the floor is yours.
Yeah, that was very brilliantly introduced. I'm very, the pressure is just, building for me right now.
I just wanted to touch our bases.
Yeah, I know. There is just so much to get through with this video. Again, I want to reiterate what Nick just said, which is thank you all so much for all the questions. I wish that we could read through all of them. I mean, we kind of went over our 30-minute allotment because we just want to, appreciate as many of you independently as we possibly can. However, the time is now to reveal the Lego set that we will be giving away, which has been a mystery. I think this is a very fitting Lego set to give away, just given our rebrand recently, which kind of was alongside this giveaway. As you guys know, we rebranded our logo to include the X-Wings, 3 of them. One of them is representing Nick, one of them represents me, and the third X-Wing represents all of you guys, the subs who are flying along with us. This is not a squadron without you guys. So that's just kind of a quick lowdown of the logo. And with that said, it is obvious at this point that we will be giving away the Lego Star Wars Luke Skywalker X-Wing fighter. And this set is cool for, the symbolic reason, but also it comes with Luke Skywalker in his flight suit with the lightsaber, which is so cool. I love that minifigure so much. And also, beyond that, guys, we will also be giving away this light kit to make this X-Wing look really cool. Like, it's going to light up just like it does in the movies, which is just so cool. I can't wait to see, what this looks like. Hopefully whoever wins this will send us a picture of it with it all set up with the light kit. So, super excited for this, and to, whoever wins it, congratulations. Honestly, like, you won, like, the most random competition ever with so many entries, so you are the luckiest person on the face of the earth right now, so congrats. Nick, do you want to, with that, announce who the winner is?
Yep, our winner of our mystery, I guess it's not mystery anymore, our Lego Star Wars set of Luke Skywalker's X-Wing is Nathan Gonzalez.
Congratulations, Nathan Gonzalez. You are the winner of the X-Wing with the light kit. Go ahead and contact us at any of our points of contact, whether it be our email or social media DMs or Discord DMs, I guess, so that we can set up, sending this thing to you. We're very excited to get that over to you. Thank you so much for participating in the Q&A. We're very glad to give back to you. Just like Nick said, we will be taking opportunities like this, as we've done from the very beginning. We've always tried to give back to you guys, whether it be with shirts, copies of the game, and now this. So we just love giving back to you guys. It is like why we are here, is to create a community and give back to it, because we are nothing without you. The squadron needs the subs. So thank you all so much. Thank you all for all of these questions yet again. Nick, I just want to give you an opportunity to thank everybody as well, because I know you share the same sentiment as me before we get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say other than, our channel has doubled in growth over the last few weeks, which is just absolutely incredible. The rate that this channel is currently growing is honestly insane, and again, it would not be without all of you guys. All of you are the reason why we do this, the reason why we are where we are, and I can just promise you that the content will continue to live up to the standards that you have set for us and that we have set for ourselves. Thank you all so much for your continued support going forward. And again, I just want to reiterate, we are always looking for ways to give back to the community. So if you didn't win this Lego set, don't be disappointed, don't be upset. Trust me, we are always looking for ways to give back to you, so there will always be another chance down the road. I'm just incredibly excited for the future. I'm incredibly excited for this weekend. We have so much content coming over the next few days, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Other than that, Andreas, I think we're pretty much good here. Again, congratulations, Nathan. Thank you all so much for your questions and for watching this very informal podcast / Q&A. Honestly, this feels very weird because usually we try to keep it, pretty straight and narrow and very focused, but this was very informal. I guess you guys got to see a little bit of our personalities here, that we're kind of, when we're not recording, we, try to live it up and have a good time. So, again, thank you all so much for watching this one, and as always, we will see you all next time.